Welcome to the Life on Tap podcast, where we help you rediscover your potential so that you feel confident, clear, and independent. Have you inadvertently put yourself last all these years by putting others first, only to wake up in your midlife and find yourself lost in the shuffle? Girl, I have so been there. Let me share with you the lessons I've learned to create a new direction to rediscover yourself. Together, let's go on a journey of mastering your potential, tapping into the power that already exists inside of you. We'll talk confidence, self-care, organization, health and well-being, money mindsets, financial hacks, and how to kick your limiting beliefs to the curb for good. We will find and establish your vision, get crystal clear on it. This is your blueprint, your life untapped. I'm your host, Fran Rivera, lifestyle consultant and certified health coach. I'm also the founder of the Life Untapped coaching system, where you can earn as you learn with our affiliate program. Check it out at thelifeuntap.com and grab our free mini course, The Guilt-Free Balanced Life, while you are there. Are you ready for your blueprint? Let's dig in. Hey, welcome back. I don't know when you're going to be listening to this, but as I'm recording, it is near the end of 2020. I think this might air one of the last few weeks in December of 2020, but I'm sure we can all agree it has been quite the roller coaster year of events, my friend. Now, I'm not going to rehash the craziness. There's no need to bring that to the forefront of our mind. But what I do want to bring up is how so many of us put our lives on hold this year. Now, if you're anything like me, setting goals, looking forward to things on our personal timeline, whether that be vacations, events, holidays, get-togethers with friends and families, it's an important part of life, and that just went away or greatly diminished. So when I found myself suddenly, everything I was looking forward to being canceled, it was a bit depressing. Now, obviously, this is nothing compared to those who had loved ones sadly died this year, but I am talking to the woman who got off track with all the things. For me, maybe I'm just speaking about myself, but for me, that looked like my whole routine was off. There was no school, so not running out first thing in the morning meant no alarm clock, no makeup, lazier mornings, lazier days with my work, because with my 6-year-old home and she's very hyper, I was always with her. She just needs to be with somebody because she has no siblings. She's an only child, and she always wanted me to play with her. So I put aside work, and I was like, all right, priorities, like family comes first. But I admit I took that a little bit too far, and I could have balanced that better. But, I couldn't get a babysitter, so I gave into it for a while. It was quite the adjustment to my schedule, let alone my mindset. There was no end in sight. I didn't know when we could start planning again. I had about 5 business trips I was super excited to go into this year. I remember thinking, yay, because I've been kind of grounded for a few years between my caregiver responsibilities. And I was so excited to see a little bit of light and get out of the house this year. And then that was all shut down. So I was a little bit down, I'm going to admit it. But then I had this light bulb moment, and I just want to share it with you today. Why did we give this pandemic and worldly events the power that it never had? You are still in control of your body. You are still in control of what you put inside of it, how you treat it. You're still in control of your attitude, how you run your day. You're in control of how you want to organize your time, reduce your debt, create wealth, kick limiting beliefs to the curb. All the things we still have control over. For me, I got into the moment and I just stopped. And I admit it. And I don't think I'm the only one. I've heard this from a lot of people. We all had different varying degrees of this. But I definitely, for a few months there, slacked off on all the things. So sure, there's many things out of our control, but let's just focus on what we can do and take back some of the power that we gave away this year. So we can still work on relationships and personal growth. And then we're going to have grace for the rest. The things that we can't control, we need to have grace and just let it go, okay? We can only do what we can do. Last I checked, our Father in heaven still reigns and nothing caught him by surprise. So I personally still want to honor him with my actions, thoughts, and prosper where I'm planted. So if I'm planted in my house all year, I'm going to prosper right there and balance and figure out my days a little bit better, even with my 6-year-old home. So if you found yourself in a season of financial stress, as so many people this year found themselves being laid off or totally fired, cutbacks, what have you, reframe it. I know it's hard. Reframe it and think of how you can see the lessons that you're maybe being taught to take advantage of a simpler life. Now, when this pandemic first happened and things were closing, we were very fortunate, and my husband still had a job. He was able to work from home for a while. We just found out last week that his job is now being eliminated, which took us all by surprise. So there's going to be some adjustments, but we'll be fine. We've set up for this years ago, like I said, when we reduced our debt by a lot and live on just a much smaller percentage of our income. But it's still going to be a shock because it wasn't our plan, right? When things are not in your plans and then they happen, it's like, whoa, you got to adjust for it. So try and see the silver lining in this. I'm not saying any of this is easy, but we are always in control of our attitude and how we proceed and how our perspective. So we can either give up and complain and vent, and Lord, that we all know that feels good for about a day. if you want to go that long, vent, get it out, and then just like pull up your big girl pants and just go on, figure out a way. Don't unpack and live in that moment. So we can pick ourselves up. We're going to grow even stronger for it. I wholeheartedly believe that we're going to be better on the other side of all of this. It may take a while, but I believe it's the reality check many needed from the standpoint of what's really important in our life, right? Slower days, not running around from event to event or activity with your kids, cherishing our family time. There were so many silver linings to this, and I know that some of you might be going like, this girl is crazy. But if you look for them, they really are there. So I'm going to challenge you to journal. I don't know if you journal in the morning or maybe right after this episode, just start jotting down the good things that happened this year, the silver lining, like what you have because of what 2020 threw at us. Also, I believe that these hard times are going to make many of us better at our money mindset. So you're going to be better at saving and spending money, hopefully. Not everybody, but hopefully. It'll teach us to be proactive instead of reactive. So how and why we should be in our best fighting health all of the time and not just when a health crisis occurs. How and why we always need more than one stream of income, and why, in my very strong opinionated opinion, but hey, it's my show, why one of them definitely needs to be virtual, online, okay? Who would have thought brick and mortars would shut down? Make one of your income streams be virtual. Don't have all your eggs in one basket. Let's use also this time to reinvent ourselves, change direction, gain clarity, get on a new path. If your old path wasn't serving you, change. Get on a new path. Find a new road. Keep a routine even if it looks different. Work on your health, physically, mentally. Work on personal growth regardless. You're going to hear me say a lot of the same stuff in every episode because I'm just so passionate about it. I just know that in order to survive anything life throws at you, you're going to need a great attitude and perspective and a plan. Attitude, perspective, and a plan. We'll call that APP, right? So when was the best time to implement your APP? Years ago. Next best time? Now. So we have two choices. Give up, wave the white flag, continue to sit on the couch, obsessed with the news, wondering what's going to happen tomorrow and just not do anything because you're unsure. Or figure out a new plan to not only get through this, but come out better for it. Like I tell my 6-year-old when her feelings get hurt by friends and she breaks down and cries, I tell her, you're in control of your feelings and how you react to situations. Nobody else can make you feel a certain way unless you give them that power. So don't let anybody steal your joy. Don't let 2020 steal your joy. Okay, I know we're at the end of the year. I had a blog earlier this year about taking back 2020, but now we're at the end of the year. So I'm going to tell you, let's gear up for 2021, friend. Last, but certainly not least, is faith. It is time to put away your worn, tattered clothes of exhaustion and powerlessness and put on your garments of praise. This is how we fight our battles. Gratitude. Gratitude for what we have, the lessons we are being taught in times of trouble, and the silver linings. So we're going to shake off survival mode, take back your life, and plan for it. 2021 is around the corner, so you need to decide right now how you're going to show up for it. It is not the time to hide away in fear. It is not the time to sit idly by. It is not the time to be on cruise control. I believe it's the time to rise up. I believe it's the time to level up. So don't be scared of reaching out for help. Let me know how I can help you navigate this new road that you may be on. You are worth it, my friend. Thanks so much for listening. But before you go, if you found value in today's show, I would love it if you would take a screenshot of this episode and share it with others on social media. And be sure to hit that subscribe button and head on over to iTunes or wherever you listen to rate and leave a review. It is how we can empower, educate, and shift how others visualize their lives. Until next time, my friend, remember to live a life untapped. You are worth it.